The Pentagon and Lockheed Martin have finalized a $34 billion deal for the next 3 lots of F-35 Joint Strike Fighters, setting the price of an F-35A jet below $80 million. The fresh price tag has come a year earlier than expected. The deal includes 478 F-35s for U.S. and international customers across. On average, the price per aircraft will fall about 12.8% across all variants, according to the Pentagon. This is the first time the F-35 Joint Program Office will award a significant F-35 aircraft procurement in the same fiscal year as the congressional appropriation year, Pentagon acquisition head Ellen Lord told reporters Tuesday. We will reach a unit recurring flyaway cost per aircraft target of $80 million for a U.S. Air Force F-35A, which is 1 lot earlier than planned, a significant milestone for the department, she added. The F-35, a conventional takeoff and landing model which is used by the U.S. Air Force and most international users, is set to decrease from $89.2 million to $79.2 million. The Pentagon announced the contract definitization on Monday, awarding Lockheed Martin a $7 billion modification to a previous contract vehicle for the F-35. The Defense Department previously obligated funding to Lockheed through undefinitized contracts for about 255 aircraft, FIC said. The Defense Acquisition Council, chaired by Defense Minister Rajnath Singh, on Monday announced it had approved the purchase of Rs 3,300 crore of indigenously designed and developed military equipment. The private sector is up in arms. Despite repeated Ministry of Defense assurances that private firms would be allowed to compete for defense contracts on equal terms with the public sector, which includes the DRDO, 8 defense public sector units and 41 ordnance factories, the DAC has nominated the DRDO for designing and developing an indigenous lightweight electronic warfare system for mountains, hereafter, Mountain EU system. The Mountain EU system would be designed and developed by DRDO and manufactured by Designcom, production partner from the Indian private industry, announced the MOD. This denial of a design and development role to the private industry comes even as a private firm, Tata Power, Strategic Engineering Division, is building 2 far more complex integrated Mountain EU systems, a global tender it won in 2013 for Rs 926 crore. An amended order was placed in July, which is on track to be delivered in 24 months. Meanwhile, a public sector partnership between DRDO and Bharat Electronics is floundering in developing 2 similar systems, for which they were nominated by the MOD at twice the price bid by Tata Power, Strategic Engineering Division. Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry has strongly protested this sidelining of private firms. In a letter addressed directly to Rajnath Singh on October 10, FICCI wrote, "It is understood that serious considerations are being given to nominate the Mountain EU system tenders to DRDO/DPSUs, disregarding the private sector having equal, if not better, capability and skill sets in EU technologies," wrote FICCI. In a bid to push Make in India, a large industry delegation would be travelling with Defence Minister Rajnath Singh in the first week of November to Russia, which is the biggest supplier of defence equipment to India. The visit, scheduled to start from November 5, is coming at a time when the 2 countries are pushing for tie-ups and partnership between Indian and Russian companies for the production of spares and equipment for the Indian forces. The Defence Minister is visiting Russia for the India-Russia Intergovernmental Commission for Military and Technical Commission with his Russian counterpart, where the 2 sides will discuss the entire gamut of defence and technology ties between them and ways to further expanding this cooperation, defence officials said here. The high-level delegation scheduled to go there have the who's who of the defence bureaucracy, including Defence Secretary Ajay Kumar, DRDO Chief G. Sathish Reddy, Secretary, Defence Production, Subhash Chandra and DG Acquisition Apurva Chandra along with Joint Secretary Sanjay Hajoo, who is playing a key role in pushing Make in India in defence sector. The defence industry representatives travelling with the Defence Ministry include top public and private sector companies including Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, Bharat Dynamics Limited, Larsen & Toubro. The new private sector entrants into the defence sector include Adani Industries. India and Russia have had over 5 decades of defence partnership. Major Indian defence hardware including tanks, nuclear submarines, and fighter aircraft are of Russian origin. Despite India diversifying its equipment, the two countries are still engaged in defence trade of more than $5 billion every year, including the S-400 air defence missile system and Su-30 Mki fighter aircraft. India and Russia have recently signed a deal for joint manufacturing of AK-203 assault rifles at the Ordnance Factory Board in Amathai.